Howdy everybody, welcome back to the channel. I have with us one of our black belts at the gym, Charles. Charles has a little bit better history than I do, and today we want to talk with you about using a revolver as a primary carry weapon for civilians. So I've got my take on it, but I want Charles to kind of introduce himself, tell you a little bit about why I value his opinion, and then we'll kind of get into it. So,
my name is Charles. I'm an instructor here at Revolution Dojo. I'm really just a self-defense guy with a little bit of time in service overseas. So, just have a lot of, time training with law enforcement and with my mates who usually go overseas in harm's way. So my style of jiu-jitsu really, or judo or Brazilian jiu-jitsu or self-defense really is coming more from a practical side. I love competition. I still compete, but really, even when I'm teaching today's class, which in the middle of class, that's why I look verklempt. But I always want to emphasize, hey, why we do things, whether it's self-defense or fitness or your mindset. No matter what it is, we're always thinking in practical terms to how, applying it to yourself. So.
Yeah, I don't think he's giving himself enough credit. I'll just say this: he's spent quite a bit of time playing in the sand.
Or rocks, yeah, or cities, or jungles.
Other than that, so let me give y'all my take on revolvers as a primary weapon for civilians. So I think there are better alternatives, and the main reasons: number one, they don't carry enough rounds. If you've seen my video, I think a concealed carry firearm needs to have at least 10 rounds, so it doesn't carry enough. And then the trigger pull for most people, because trigger pulls on revolvers anywhere from 8 to 12 pounds. Trigger pull's a little bit too heavy. I think they do serve a purpose. They have their value. I think where that comes in, a great backup gun, pocket carry, jacket carry, or appendix as a solid backup gun. But that's my opinion. I want to get Charles's take from a little bit more experienced position. So what's your take on that?
All right, so I'm not more experienced. I have experience. Everybody's experiences are different, and the way I look at a revolver, and Craig mentions everything that Craig said fundamentally is 100% correct. Idealistically, in a fucking perfect world, I have a modern polymer handgun which has a military reputation. It doesn't have to be Glock, but it can be CZ, it can be Smith & Wesson, it can be 6 Hour. I mean, it can be a Beretta 92. It can be any high capacity or higher capacity, standard capacity, magazine fed, semi-automatic weapon. Ideally, as a sidearm. Ideally, an AR style of rifle or AK-47 will be better than a pistol, and ideally a crew serve weapon, and ideally a drone. Ideally, there's always levels we can go up, and there's levels we can go down. So, on a practical sense, so right now in a gi, just some bum jiu-jitsu instructor, I'm a civilian as well. So, despite what a little bit of my background is, as soon as I ditch and John the flag and a uniform, hey, I'm Joe Blow too. And my experiences overseas, in different capacities, what the best weapon is the one that you can maintain, employ with under the most likelihood of circumstances the best. So if you are the kind of person who can carry a duty gun, using my duty gun is a Glock 19 or a 17 or a variety going down to 26 or 43s. I'm not a Glock guy. I compete with CZs and 1911s. I mean, I appreciate every mechanical firearm for what its purpose is. It's a tool in a box. So some people have a Leatherman tool, and that's their emergency call on the side of the highway. It's Leatherman. Some people we're in Texas, oil country, it's a little hot where we are, but everybody's got a full garage of truck tools in the back. So can revolvers work for you? It depends on you as a person. So, I'm carrying, and I don't carry at my gi when I'm fighting people, but say we're doing a class of revolvers. It just happens today that my revolver carry, it's just a Ruger LCR. Only thing I've done to it is replace the front sight with a red fiber optic. Stock as can be. And I've got, $2,000 Gucci Glocks and 1911. I mean, you name it. I'm a nerd with the guns, but if I leave the house in a quick hurry in a gym shorts, it's hot here, I'm gonna throw in a revolver. But only because I know my capability with the revolver. Now, over 100 years ago, guys went into this is just to be Comanche territory, with a 6-shot revolver or a black powder, and one of those barrels was empty. They had a 5-shot revolver. And they were in Indian country, duking out with the baddest, warriors of all time, the Comanche Indians. And a lot of not all of them, but some of them made it back. And, you could be in the turn of the century in the Philippines with an old 38 or a 45 revolver. So to say that it's not effective, that is denying history. There have been probably more individuals probably ended as far as pistols goes with revolvers, because revolvers have been around for now 200 years, right? So, we have record history of it, but what has to be different is you and your capability. So if you're going to carry a revolver, there are plenty of reasons for it, just as there are against, okay? But that's with any handgun. I'm not going to take, my Glock 34 race gun with the red dot, I'm not going to take it to the wedding when I'm wearing a tight-fitted suit, but I can put a revolver in my pocket. If it's a hot day, I'm going somewhere, I'm going to the park with my kids, I've got a small, lightweight revolver, because I know that for me, in a civilian capacity, my mission is break contact, okay? Now, if I was assaulting an objective with me and a couple homies, a lot of homies, and we're going to be dressed to the nines, okay? Even my boots are dangerous. But everything else, is high capacity, enhanced with lights, red dots, optics, laser, all, the full kit caboodle. But as far as my daily carry, I feel comfortable with a revolver, but it's not for everybody, just like a Glock's not for everybody. You just have to understand its limitations. So, man, I like the revolver for me because, my first self-defense is usually like my sneakers or my feet, so I'm going to be running. If it's just me by myself, a revolver fits my profile perfectly. If I'm going out with my, fire team of children that I have, man, I'm actually going to have way more firepower because I know running is not an option. So I can't take all 4 of them on my arms. So I'm going to have to stand and fight. What is your mission? What is your daily life? Are you a kind of stand and fight person, or are you kind of like break contact person? And with every mission, you got to think about, and I would say mission, like every day in life, we think about, all right, the goal is to get wherever I'm going and come back and kiss my kids. So is the mission going to work? Well, I'm just breaking contact. So, revolver can work for me because it's in my budget, it's in my concealability, and it's in my capability, but know its limitations. I don't know if...
No. I get it. I mean, dress for the occasion.
Yeah.
Kind of know what you're doing within that day. Like you said, if he's going out with kids or whatnot, or by himself, he can plan accordingly. But I just wanted to give you guys his point of view. Like I said, especially revolvers, like up close contact shots.
Mechanically, so not to interrupt.
No.
So mechanically, each weapon has its points of failure. Every single one of them. So if we're getting to a scuffle, now we know we're doing jiu-jitsu, so I can touch Craig. I have your permission to touch you. Okay. So if we're in a contact, range. Okay, and we're fighting over a pistol, and I get either his out or mine out, because he could have a gun, I could have a gun. Okay, as soon as he goes hands on that gun, okay, I may get one shot off, and if he's off center line, that gun is now malfunctioned. So I've got to break him off, clear it, and then I got to get going. But if for some reason I had a revolver, and as long as he wasn't locking up the cylinder, so when you lock up a cylinder on most modern revolvers, you're not firing the round that's on the chamber. As you pull the hammer, it's rotating the next one into it. So at the fall of the drop of the hammer, usually that cylinder is locked in place, and usually safety blocks, modern safety blocks, hammer will come down.
You're screwing up the timing.
Yeah, you're messing with the timing. But so if he's got a hold of my wrist, but I still have the action clear, I can get some shots off. Also, if we're engaged where I'm pressing up against him, okay, on a regular polymer, you may get one shot, but man, people with pistols, they tend to not be incapacitated quickly. So you're gonna have to unless you hit him right in the spine, or the central nervous system right here in the box. Crazy things happen. Bullets do crazy things. So you're going to have some follow-ups, especially at a distance like this. But that revolver won't be blocked. The timing won't be blocked by the muzzle pressed up against them. And all the energy from the muzzle butt will actually, the terminal ballistics now increase from your projectile once they've all dissipated to the body. So even with a semi-automatic, as soon as that thing fires most Browning actions, the barrel's going to come back a little bit if you're not already pressing on it. So there's already momentum coming back, so the gases escape, and you're getting less of the terminal ballistics of the up-front close shot. So I know. You think about your mission. Am I most likely to have to stop, an active shooter? Heck no, man. If I'm just doing my day-to-day, I'm getting the hell out of there.
Yep.
Calling the cops.
Exactly.
But am I being accosted? Is there something happening? Am I a female? Am I getting, can I get to it in my purse? If once it's in my purse, you're going to be able to get a shot off.
Yep.
If it's in your jacket, if it's in your pocket, you'll be able to get a shot off. You can't say the same for semi-automatics. It's been tested. Some guys will shoot it from there. Maybe they'll get one or two. But as far as a continuous string of fire, it's a higher likelihood that you will induce malfunction. And so the fight ain't over just because your gun stops working. Usually the fight is gonna, it's gonna get escalated, because if that gun stops working, he's gonna see his opportunity to come at you. So if you're not ready for that, then a revolver is a good tool for close contact self-defense. And if the whole idea is us as civilians is preserving myself, self-defense, it's not going to be hard to justify why I'm having to defend myself at a contact distance.
Yeah. So if you're not carrying a revolver, what do you typically carry? Your CC, P10?
Man, I carry a Glock for work, or I've carried some service weapons. 1911s, Berettas, SIG, 320s, M17s. Yeah, my daily carry is, it depends on what pants I'm wearing. I'm kind of frou-frou, like a purse. Am I wearing my really tight shorts? Maybe my Glock 43, 380. I carry a pocket 22. I hear a caliber debate. If you're new to firearms, if you've been around firearms, the caliber debate. It's what gun nerds talk about instead of football. So he doesn't like football. Maybe he does. You're a football guy. Okay, yes.
Not anymore, to be honest with you.
So if your sport is bullets and and other activities and fishing and hunting, the caliber debate comes up. So with this caliber, this one won the West, this one won WW2. Really hot lead has been winning the fight since we could figure out how to throw it fast or sling it fast with an arrow. I hear might as well carry a sharp stick. Empires have risen and fallen at the end of a sharp stick. It's your intent on how to use the weapon. So going back to, hey, revolver, if you're going to carry a revolver, you need to be the Jerry Mitchell of revolvers. And you need to put the time in. But no matter what you carry, revolvers, legality. We're in a free state as so far, the Republic of Texas. But some of our fellow brethren and citizens are in states where they can't carry a 10-round capacity weapon system. Some states have grandfather laws, like California, where you can't have new approved firearms. So getting certain firearms may be hard in your area. Man, if you can get a wheel gun, get a wheel gun. Like I said, cowboys have been duking it out with wheel guns. Law enforcement up until really the 80s and into the 90s, they were using wheel guns to enforce law. The military's used it up to war in the Philippines, World War I, and even some into World War II, when they couldn't get 1911s. Guys are still carrying wheel guns. So the efficacy of wheel guns is 100%. You just have to be capable with it if you carry.
Exactly. And Charles brings up a good point is, ideally, it's one of the things I always tell people, best way to win a fight, not even get involved in one, is to try to get away if you can. And that's typically what I tell people. I'm like, he talked about what your mission is. That's exactly some of the stuff that I cover as well. What is your mission? Mine is to get home to my wife and my 2 kids every single day. So if somebody else is getting in a fight over there, that's not helping me achieve my goal. So you can go have fun with yourself. I'm probably not going to jump in on that one.
Yeah, that's a question of your moral compass. That's really a question of your moral compass and your capability. Are you confident in yourself and willing to lay down your life for a stranger? Man, that's a question that only you can sleep with at night. So that's more of a morality question. My thing is, we get so involved in training and your draw times and your splits and your calibers. Man, where's your moral compass? Because at the end of the day, you don't have to be skilled to take a life. That's easy. You just have to have the element of surprise and a willingness to survive. So all the skills and drills, I've seen the baddest dudes take one to the face, and I've seen the clumsiest of people walk off the battlefield unscathed. So the reality of an engagement is, a lot of times it's your day or not. Do you have within inside you the moral compass to make those decisions in that moment of your time? And that could be a 22-year-old ranger on target, and it could be a grandma at the park with her kids, and she's got a revolver, and she's trying to protect her loved ones from someone snagging your kids. Are you willing to put your line on the line for yourself or someone else? And if you're not, man, don't carry a gun, seriously, because all you're doing is giving someone else the opportunity to have a gun.
Yep.
Cops get killed with their own guns all the time.
Yep. If not, carry some OC spray or some crap like that. But thanks for your insight, man. I really appreciate it. Guys, I really value his opinion. Like I said, skilled-wise, he is extremely skilled both with the gun and without. But other than that, thanks again.
Craig, I appreciate what you're doing. Craig's a great student, and he's always learning, and the trick to being a good teacher is to be a great student. I'm learning every day. I make a living off trying to keep myself alive. It's pretty blessed in that sense, but everybody's got to keep themselves alive. Craig is I've seen his growth, not only as a skilled civilian operator, and I say operator in a sense like you're operating your life day to day. You're 911. You're your 911 operator. So, Craig is always learning. He's a student. He's always, and I see what he's doing, trying to bring information, which is good. So, Guys, get out there, get training.
Definitely.
Call Craig.
Definitely.
If you can't get a hold of me, you can't. Just get a hold of Revolution Dojo, and you may see me from time to time.
Definitely. Guys, thank you for watching. Be safe, be smart, be skilled. Catch you on the next video.